Before fast food chains existed, Americans already had their own version of quick meals. In the early 20th century, factory workers, drivers, and laborers had little time to sit and eat. Meals had to be cheap, filling, and eaten fast, often while standing or walking. Street food carts, lunch counters, and small diners became essential to daily life. Food was simple, heavy, and practical, not designed for comfort or pleasure. Many of these meals would seem strange or even shocking today. And the most unusual fast foods of that era are still ahead in this video. Street food carts were one of the earliest forms of fast food in America. In the early 1900s, industrial cities moved fast and never stopped. Factory workers, dock laborers, and street workers had only a few minutes to eat. Street vendors sold hot sausages, boiled corn, meat sandwiches, and cheap bread directly on sidewalks. There were no tables, no chairs, and no comfort. People ate standing up, often surrounded by dust, smoke, and loud factory noise. Food was handled with bare hands and left exposed to the open air. Health inspections were rare, and food safety laws barely existed. Despite the risks, millions of working Americans relied on street food every single day. Speed, low prices, and calories mattered far more than cleanliness or taste. This was fast food decades before fast food chains were invented. Lunch counters were the next step in America's fast meal evolution. They offered prepared dishes in small diners and cafes along busy streets. Customers, mostly factory workers, stood shoulder to shoulder, eating quickly. Coffee, eggs, meat, and bread were served in minutes. Noise and crowd were normal. Comfort was optional. These diners shaped how Americans ate on the go. Eating fast became a social norm and a survival strategy. The speed of service mattered more than the taste of the food. Diners became hubs for energy, gossip, and short breaks. Millions relied on them daily, creating a culture of fast, cheap, and practical meals. Industrial America had no time for proper meals. Factory shifts were strict, breaks short, and hunger constant. Workers ate on the go, sometimes between machines or on street corners. Meals became fuel, not pleasure. Rushed eating habits were normalized. Street carts and lunch counters were essential. Comfort was sacrificed for speed. Fast, cheap, and filling. That was the priority. Millions followed this daily routine, shaping America's eating culture decades before modern fast food chains. Meat pies were one of the most popular fast meals in early America. Cheap, heavy, and easy to eat on the go, they were sold in bakeries and street carts. Filled with beef, pork, or mixed meat, pies were often eaten cold or barely warm. Workers didn't question the freshness. They needed calories for long shifts. These pies were portable, so factory and dock workers could eat without stopping. They were messy but practical, often in paper wrappings. Meat pies shaped the concept of fast food decades before chains appeared. They were a staple for anyone needing energy quickly. Despite poor hygiene, millions relied on them daily. Speed and convenience mattered far more than taste or safety. As street food and small diners evolved, simple menus appeared. Sandwiches, coffee, eggs, meat pies, and bread became standard offerings. Vendors expanded options to meet growing demand from workers. Meals were served quickly, often consumed standing on the street. Hygiene remained poor, but efficiency improved. Factory and dock workers relied on these meals to sustain long shifts. Speed, cost, and portability were more important than taste. Diners and carts became central hubs for short breaks and social interaction. This era laid the foundation for modern fast food chains decades later. Practicality ruled the streets of early 20th century America. The rise of fast food chains like McDonald's changed American dining forever. Prepared meals could now be standardized, cheap, and served almost instantly. Workers no longer needed to wait in long lines at street carts or small diners. Hamburgers, fries, and soda became icons of convenience. Hygiene standards improved as chains followed regulations. Portability, speed, and affordability defined the new era. Families and workers alike could grab a meal on the move. Fast food became not just practical, but a cultural symbol. Millions embraced these meals daily, shaping modern American eating habits. This was the start of a nationwide obsession with quick, cheap, and consistent food. By the late 20th century, fast food was everywhere in American cities. Standardized menus, mass production, and fast service defined everyday meals. Workers, students, and families relied on convenience over tradition. Portability allowed food to be eaten anywhere, on streets, in cars, or parks. Calorie-dense meals satisfied hunger quickly, but taste was secondary. Advertising and branding reinforced the appeal of speed and consistency. Millions consumed fast food daily, creating a new culture around eating. Urban streets were filled with people holding iconic wrappers and drinks. Fast food shaped the social and economic patterns of American life. What began with street carts evolved into a nationwide obsession with convenience and speed. As America modernized, the need for fast, portable food increased. Workers had less time for proper meals and relied on quick snacks between shifts. Sandwiches, meat pies, eggs, and coffee remained staples. Street carts and small diners were everywhere, offering inexpensive meals. Portability allowed workers to eat while walking or sitting on benches. Hygiene was still an issue, but convenience outweighed concerns. Meals were functional, designed for calories and speed. Evenings and weekends saw families enjoying these foods at home or parks. The culture of eating on the go became normalized across cities. By the 1930s, America had created a blueprint for modern fast food habits. By the 1940s, fast food was ingrained in American life. Standardized meals, quick service, and portability became essential. Workers, students, and families all adopted fast, convenient eating habits. Chains expanded across cities and towns, creating a nationwide network. Street carts continued to exist, but most relied on diners and franchises. Marketing reinforced the cultural value of speed and ease. Calorie-dense, cheap, and fast became the mantra. Urban streets, parks, and homes were filled with people eating on the move. Fast food shaped social behavior and dining expectations. What began as practical necessity became a defining feature of the 20th century America.